fourth grade. Fourth grade, the lesson today is about the water cycle. So this may be new to you, or you may remember some from third grade science. So let's start. When we have water all over the earth, water is the most thing that covers the earth. If you look at the globe, it's mostly blue. And then the sky is blue too. So there's water in the air, there's water on the ground, there's water in the lake, in the ocean, lots of water. Let's talk about the water cycle, how it goes up into the sky and comes back down. It does that by evaporation. So evaporation, let's see if I can make this any bigger. No, not really. So evaporation is when water in a puddle will just dry up. The dishes in your dish drainer just dry. The towel you hang up over the shower curtain after you take a shower just dries during the day. The water evaporates into the air. That means there's water now in the air. So evaporation is a gas that used to be liquid water. Now it's water gas called water vapor. And then so it goes up into the air, and actually water is in the air all around us. When it gets way up into the sky, it gets cold up there. So it turns back into water drops. And those little water drops are called condensation. You can see them because they make a cloud. So that's why the clouds have a flat bottom, because the layer of air between the cloud and the ground is warm, and the water is gas. You can't see the gas. But then it goes up above that warm air, and now it's cold, and it turns back into condensation. So the three C words are cool, cloud, condensation. When the water vapor gets cool, it makes a cloud. We call that condensation. Now, condensation clouds can be really big and they can move across the sky. Of course, you know that. When it gets heavy, the water falls out of them with gravity, and it's called precipitation. There's four kinds of precipitation. Rain, that's the one when the weather's warm. And then there's three when the weather could be cold, like snow, sleet, or hail. Hail is spelled Hail. We'll talk about how hail forms later on and how sleet forms. But when it's cold, we got snow, sleet, or maybe hail. And when it's warm, it has water. Okay, and hail can also form when it's warm outside. Then, when the precipitation, that liquid, runs off of the mountain or the hill or the grass, we call that runoff. And then it forms a creek or a stream or the ditch, and it flows into a lake or a pond or an ocean. Eventually, all of it flows into the ocean um, if it stays on the earth long enough. There's also something called, oh, and by the way, that's the traditional hydrologic cycle. Hydro means water, and logic means how we think about that. How we think about water, we think about water in the water cycle. Now, also, we help contribute to that too, because when we breathe out, we have moisture that comes out of our body in our breath, and that moisture is caught by your mask, and that's why your mask is a little bit damp, because it catches the moisture. It's not spit; it just catches the moisture from your breathing out. And we do that so that we protect other people, because if we have a virus like a cold or a flu or another type of bad virus like a corona, then that those viruses live in the moisture of our body. And when we catch that with our mask, we're letting other people not get that virus. So we're helping other people by wearing the mask. It's not about us, it's about other people. We want to do the right thing and help other people by keeping those moistures to ourselves. All right. Now, also, when we breathe out moisture. Well, trees breathe out too, and they give off moisture also. So that's called transpiration. I remember that because tree starts with TR, tree, and transpiration starts with TR. There's moisture that gives off by the trees, and that helps through the water cycle too, because the plants take in the moisture and they also give off moisture, helping the water cycle.